image that certain parts of the media, news media, would portray of him being slightly sort of irascible was always an unfair depiction. But that was only that because he used to give them as good as he took.
Prince Edward has been silent for many years, but now he has made a surprising statement. I tried to warn her. Is it too late? What secrets has the royal family been hiding? You won't believe what we have found out. Stay tuned and subscribe for the latest news on royal drama. Prince Edward's low-profile life. Prince Edward has always kept a low profile. While his siblings often made headlines with their public roles or controversies, Edward quietly fulfilled his royal duties. However, when he received the title Duke of Edinburgh, things changed. This title was significant, the same one his father, Prince Philip, held. Prince Philip earned respect for his dedication and for creating one of the most valued youth programs in the world. Edward's title was not just ceremonial. It fulfilled a promise made by Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip over 20 years ago. But many wondered why it happened now, after so long. More importantly, was Edward ready for the legacy he was now responsible for? Adding to the intrigue was a rumored statement from Edward. I tried to warn her. This raised questions about who her was and what he felt he needed to warn about. Edward's emotional tribute. After Queen Elizabeth II passed away, Edward shared his feelings in a heartfelt message that showed a softer side of the royal family. He talked about the privilege of spending private time at Balmoral to say goodbye, while acknowledging the need for others to mourn. Edward expressed joy in watching his children, James and Louise, enjoy places their grandparents loved. Lady Louise even took up carriage driving, a hobby passed down from Prince Philip. This family connection was vital to him. His reflections went beyond personal memories. They reminded people that there are real people with real emotions behind the royal titles. Even in his grief, Edward stayed calm, thoughtful, and measured. Yet, there was a sense that he was feeling something more profound. What did he see coming? And why did his words seem to carry a hidden meaning? The cryptic warning. A quiet comment stopped many people. I tried to warn her. These 5 words led to much speculation. Who was he talking about? Was it Meghan Markle? Did it hint at tension within the family? Or was it about the pressures of being royal? Edward did not explain further, but the quote spread among palace insiders and media outlets, grabbing attention. Clearly, Edward, who usually avoided drama, had revealed something significant, which made people listen. When asked about tensions with Harry and Meghan, Edward showed unexpected sensitivity. He said, "It's very sad," and added, "We've all been there." This statement said a lot. Edward didn't blame anyone. He didn't criticize. Instead, he showed that he understood the pressure and scrutiny of royal duties. Was this what he had warned about? The public has long wondered about family dynamics, especially after Harry and Meghan stepped back from their roles and moved abroad. While many royals chose to stay quiet, Edward spoke more humanely. When asked about the name Lilibet, a personal nickname for Queen Elizabeth II, he recognized the emotional weight of the moment. He said, "We wish them happiness. That's fantastic news." However, his lack of harsh judgment stood out. By staying calm and respectful, Edward may have sent a message without directly stating it. He wasn't taking sides. He aimed to preserve dignity. Yet his demeanor hinted at a quiet frustration, possibly disappointment. He likely saw issues before they became public. When the fallout began, perhaps all he thought was, "I tried to warn her." Stepping into the Duke of Edinburgh's role. Becoming the Duke of Edinburgh was a significant moment. This title had belonged to Prince Philip for over 70 years. It meant more than just a name. It came with expectations, a legacy, and responsibilities. Edward had waited patiently for this title. For more than 20 years, he was the Earl of Wessex, working on youth, the arts, and public engagement projects. The Duke title was always promised to him, but it was never quite within reach. When he finally received it on his 59th birthday, many saw it as overdue recognition. But it also came with a burden. Being the Duke of Edinburgh meant following in the footsteps of a man who dedicated his life to public service worldwide. This legacy involved representing the crown and creating programs for young people. So when Edward accepted the title, he wasn't just taking on a name, he was taking on a mission. If others underestimated the weight of this title, he may have tried to warn them. Championing youth through the Duke of Edinburgh's award. Many people see Prince Edward as a reserved royal family member, but those close to him know he cares deeply about helping young people. His passion shines through in his work with the Duke of Edinburgh's Award, a program his father started in 1956. This program began in Britain but has grown into a global movement, now active in over 130 countries. It helps millions of young people build confidence, life skills, and leadership qualities. Edward has worked for years to update the program to meet the needs of today's youth, especially those who often feel ignored. Remarkably, the award reaches out to marginalized and disadvantaged youth. Nearly half of the United States participants come from at-risk communities. This award is not just an after-school activity, it truly changes lives. Edward believes the award allows young people to take control of their futures. He explains, "It's about giving them a framework. The program isn't just about fun activities. It's about setting goals, personal growth, and discovering one's potential." He sees the importance of hands-on learning through community service, skill building, and physical challenges. The award encourages young people to step out of their comfort zones positively. For example, take Christina Ianian, a U.S. recipient of bronze, silver, and gold awards. She started her journey by volunteering at a local food pantry, which opened her eyes to community needs. Inspired by the Duke of Edinburgh's award, she organized food drives and mobilized support during the pandemic. Her experiences taught her about empathy and leadership. Stories like hers inspire Edward and show him the program's value. However, not all reactions to his leadership have been simple. During a visit to Australia, Edward made a comment that caused controversy. He mentioned that the risk of getting hurt during expeditions seemed to attract young people's interest. He never meant to suggest that danger is part of the program. Instead, he wanted to highlight that real challenges are compelling. Authentic adventures help young people grow. Some critics felt his comments were too casual, while others thought he was honest about youth development's real-world risks. Regardless, his message is clear. Young people want meaningful experiences, which sometimes come with challenges. The Duke of Edinburgh's award stands out in a world where many youth programs are overly controlled. It asks more of its participants, but offers more in return. Edward believes that being part of something, whether royal life or public service, requires more than just good looks. It requires endurance, growth, and sometimes discomfort. He wants every young person, no matter their background, to have the opportunity to push themselves and see what they can achieve. Edward's unique path in the royal family. Prince Edward's story is different from typical royal narratives. He is not the heir, the rebel, or the one always in the news. Yet, over time, he has become a steady and reliable figure in the royal family. It's easy to overlook someone who stays out of the spotlight. But this might be why Edward is so effective. While others attract attention through drama, Edward quietly built a career focused on consistency, empathy, and service. He did not start his royal life with great expectations. After a brief time in the Marines and some work in television production, Edward took on royal duties with little fuss. Over the years, he changed his focus to community support, the arts, education, and youth development. Behind the scenes, he played a crucial role in the monarchy's modernization. In the early 2000s, he and his wife Sophie became full-time working royals and embraced their roles wholeheartedly. Edward has shown his commitment by hosting international receptions and supporting many charities. When Prince Philip passed on the title of Duke of Edinburgh, many viewed it as a significant gesture, a torch being passed. His son, who closely mirrors Philip's quiet strength and purpose, was considered the right person to carry that torch. Edward's personality differs from his father's. While Philip was direct and outspoken, Edward is more thoughtful and careful. This caution comes from understanding the delicate nature of the royal role today. He picks his moments wisely. So, when Edward reportedly said, "I tried to warn her," it carried weight, not because he was being dramatic, but because he rarely speaks without good reason. If those words truly came from him, they likely stemmed from genuine concern gained through observing and living a royal life. He has experienced private family changes, public scrutiny, and shifting responsibilities of the crown. Despite various challenges, he has remained steady, grounded, and of quiet strength. This difference sets Prince Edward apart from many others. He does not speak often, but when he does, it's about important matters, not creating a spectacle. He has witnessed the highs and lows of royal life. He has seen how public and private choices shape the monarchy's future. He may understand that the best leadership does not always come from the loudest voice. It often comes from the one who listens carefully, waits patiently, and understands the bigger picture. Edward may not have sought attention, but he has gained respect. This respect comes from years of consistency, loyalty, and quiet bravery. Now, as Duke of Edinburgh, we might see him in the light more, not to seek it, but to guide it. For those willing to listen, his subtle words might be the most important. So what did Prince Edward mean with his words? Was it a message to someone specific, or a broader truth about the challenges of royal life? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Don't miss our next video if you want more stories about royalty filled with mystery and unexpected twists. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.